Hey, Plant Pals, Mike the Kid Gardener, and today's April 17th. I figured it's about a week since my last update. I like to do a weekly one, not just for you all, but just to kind of give myself some information on what I'm growing inside and how things are doing and the progression, because I can look back and see like how quickly something grew, if I had any issues or not. So, yeah. So, this week, this is the Zimhu unit that's growing the radishes. I kind of let this one back here grow a little too long, it's starting to split on top. But the good news is I'm going to harvest all these leaves. I'm going to eat them. I'm going to chop up the radish section, and I'm going to chop up the leaves, and I'm going to put them into a beef stew, along with some turnip tops and some turnips, and even a little bit of baby potatoes, because I bought a bag of potatoes so I can try to root some out to put in the garden. So yeah, I'm just having fun. And after I remove this, I'm going to put uh, the Murasaki Japanese purple peppers into it and see if I can get those to grow. But as you can tell, as I showed before, what I was waiting for is for these things to bulb up. You can see how pretty this is, the purple beauty one. And I'm going to pull it up so you can, if I can. Anyway, what I did was, once it started bulbing, I kind of kept tugging it up like this, and then it would put itself above the basket. So I'm going to take this off. So I want to show you the roots. Here's all the beautiful white roots. And there's like a ton of them underneath here. Let me see if I can lift this whole thing up. There's all the roots. So yeah. So you're definitely good to go on that. I'm going to harvest all these and get the next thing going. All right, I will be back. I figured since I was showing these Zimhu units, which I got this for $29. This is one of the best investments I've ever made. I would easily pay $50 for this thing. It's a awesome unit. I've got 4 of them, and it just works wonderfully. I'm quite pleased with this system. The light will go all the way. It'll touch the deck if I wanted it to. The water indicator is very clear and visible. It's not in the way of the plants at all. The spacing is great, and it's a very deep unit. So it has all the pros. And right now, I'm growing something that you probably shouldn't normally be able to grow into in a unit like this. But that's why I do it. That's because it's fun to try. This is my sweet chocolate bell pepper, and as you can see, this is round 2. I already did a harvest. I got 7 of them last time, and as you can see, we've got all of these are baby peppers emerging from their flowers. See, baby pepper there. So if you can count, there's probably a good 10 on this one, and we got more. There's a baby there. There's a baby there. There's like 2 or 3 babies in the background. There's a baby here. There's a few hanging down below. And that's a beautiful, delicious, sweet chocolate bell pepper. Oh, there's another. Just see another one. So every time I look in here, I'm seeing more and more. His little hat will come off. Nope, not yet. Oh yeah, it did. All right, get off there. I'm gonna try to get a little jingle, just to any pollen or anything will fall. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. So cool. All right, I'll be back. Here's my experimental shelf. I've got the orange hat cherry tomatoes that are so prolific it's pulling the plant down. Now I could take some wire and kind of pull it up, but just gonna let it do its thing. Same thing with this one. We'll see. If it's gonna put too much stress on, I might pull it. I mean, this thing is so heavy with fruit that it's just pulling in 2 different directions. So yeah, I probably will have to come in there and do a little something, or just wait till the fruit ripens and harvest all the fruit, and it won't be as weighed down. But that's really awesome. I started that on 2/6/2023. So it's now April 14th, something like that, I said. Let me check my watch here. Nope, April 17th. So, yeah, that's awesome to have all this fruit in that short of a time. Okay, down below here, again, there's my lemon balm that's taken off. There's the mint still being silly with its minty mintness. Trying to climb down the wall. There's some thyme. There's that pepper does seem to be bouncing back. It's been a week since I showed it last time. So, looks like I clean out these dead leaves. Yeah, still has some life and roots in there. So that's pretty cool. There's one I was trying to save. Not sure if it's going to take or not. It was pretty much dead when I put it in there, so we'll see. These are all the Mighty Mini cherry tomatoes. I've shown a million times. There's another one that was in a different unit that broke off. I accidentally snapped it off, so I just stuck it in this bottle here to see if it'll propagate. Sometimes they take, sometimes they don't. More time. And as we see here, last time I showed the buds of the Mighty Mini cherry tomato. Planted 3/4/23. So it's been a month and some days. It's about 50 days. I've got little tomato flowers. And this plant is teeny tiny. That's why it's called Mighty Mini. It's a very tiny plant that's going to give me tomatoes. It's pretty cute. Down below here, I was going to use all these. I'm still going to, but I got to plant all these up with flowers as an experiment to see if I can get flowers to grow Kratky style so I can take them outside. You can see I've got the packs of seeds here. I've just been very busy. This is the cutting that I took off the lemon balm, and I need to start harvesting off that because it's growing like crazy. It smells beautiful. Down below here is a fish pepper that was being crowded out by the other fish peppers that were taken off. Sometimes that happens. I planted 6 of them at one time. You know, I normally only do like 2 or 3 maximum. I did 6 just to see if they would germinate, and they have. So this one was being crowded out by the other ones, and it was looking really kind of sad. So I put it in its own Kratky container. This is a old protein jug. It holds like 3.5 gallons of water, something like that. It's really perked up. It's very happy. I'm gonna put I'm thinking of putting a strawberry in that. Again, been very busy. Here is another one. So this is the same plant, same seed time, but I put it in its own container like right away, and you can see the difference. All right, I'll be back. Once again, the sprout unit with the lemon balm. That's a dense, I mean, I can barely get my fingers in there. It's a dense jungle. Oh, it smells so good. I love it. I've been harvesting bags and bags of that. And I cut it, and it just grows right back. Down below here is my sage. I messed up and was calling it, I forgot, I renamed everything the wrong names last time. I had to put graphic corrections in there. But yeah, sage, parsley, oregano, all growing. And again, harvest off them almost pretty much daily. They just keep growing and growing. And above that is the in bloom unit that I received for testing. And I'm growing 4 different types of basil in it. And I'm very pleased. It's growing great. We have the red robin, and I do believe that some of these, a lot of plants, one of the secrets of the plant world when you buy seeds is that they'll be the same variety, but the companies will give them their own name to try to make them unique so that you go back and buy. If you say, oh, I really love that say purple, purple sparkle basil. Just as a made up name. And I want that purple sparkle basil. If you want purple sparkle basil, you have to go back to that specific company to get the seeds, because they're the ones who sell that named of seeds, even though every seed company on the planet sells the exact same seed with a different name. So this is a red Reuben, I think they're calling this basil here. And we'll see once they really start to mature, you'll be able to see if there are any differences. This is from one company. This is opal basil. They look pretty much identical to me. So we'll see. The cinnamon basil, which is really freaky because it does smell like cinnamon. It smells like the gum. And this is purple basil. They just call it purple basil. But all of these basils look shockingly similar, even though they came in 3 different packets. Of course, the lone standout being the cinnamon, but all of the ones that were supposed to be red and opal and purple all look pretty much the same. But anyway, getting back to the unit here, it's doing great. So apparently the light is bright enough to where I'm not getting legginess, although if I try spinach in it, that might really show it out, because spinach always is leggy for me. But yeah, so like I said, I'm just going to put this unit through its paces, and I'll give it a final review once I try a few things. But so far, quite pleased with it. It's a reasonable price, so I don't have any problems recommending it. Again, I wish they would, if they kept the light this bright and had the light where you could lower it even lower, there would be zero issues. It would be an amazing system. All right. Above it is this system here, this Mufka system. That the interesting thing about this system compared to some of the other systems is that, like Arrow Garden, the water circulates around the deck. Let's see if I can show it. Might be too dark. This plant is going crazy and crowding everything out. No, you can't really see it. But there's a little port here that the water flows out of like a fountain. So it waters the roots directly and drips down and aerates, as opposed to just water swirling around the deck. Around the basin. Like most of them just have a little pump that kind of swirls the water around. This one, the water flows up into the deck and circulates around the plants, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, this crazy thing is just fighting me. Well, all of the plants are, and I think it's because we had a heat wave, like a week-long heat wave, where it was up into the 90s, and I didn't have my air conditioning on right away, and the house got very, very hot. And I think the plants kind of went nuts, because as you can see here, they're way above the unit, and I don't feel like trimming them back, because I kind of want to see, because this seems this is the spot where a lot of these peppers are growing, and I want fish peppers off this thing. So I'll get them off the light, because they'll sweat. They get too hot, so I do have to kind of cut them back. But yeah, we'll see. And I might even take some outside once the weather gets warm. All right, be back. As I said, all the plants kind of really took off like crazy inside the house. Of course, then after the 90-degree heat wave, we had snow. 3 days later, we had a snowstorm. So that's Minnesota weather for you. I think I'll do a short on that. It's kind of crazy. But let's see if I can find some here. We have really big peppers. Oh yeah, you can see it right there. That is a Fresno chili pepper. And there's another Fresno chili pepper. So the Fresno peppers have really taken off. Look at them all. Awesome. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I count about 10 on this plant. And then this one, I can count 1, 2, 3, See if you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Way in the back there. You can show it. Yep, you can kind of see it back there. Where's my finger? Back there. So we got about 6 on that one. So yeah, those are Fresno chili peppers. More flowers to come. So I'm excited about that. This sad. It's like, see, it burns itself on the light because it sits there and it's trying to go to flower because it gets hot and it's touching the light. I'm gonna cut all that off. I'm making a beef stew today, like I said, with the radishes. My wife really loves the flavor of this, so I'm just gonna cut all these off so they're well below the light and use them in cooking. So that's the lemon basil that I need to harvest on. And see what happens, as you can see. See if I can show it. It's not showing up. Oh, there, here it is. Okay. See that moisture there? That's because it's sweating. Because it's hot on the light bar. Yeah, it's not ideal, so I'll take care of that. Next to it, as you can see without me even pointing out, is this is the lipstick pepper. And see if I can get rid of some of these leaves in the way here. There are a ton of big fat peppers. Let's see. I'm gonna cut this one. I'm gonna pause it a second. That leaf was looking kind of sad. It was in the way of me showing the peppers anyway, so I took it off. But yeah, look at this pepper. And there are a ton of them on here. There's one there, one there, one there. You can see there's a bunch back in there. I'm really happy with this plant. That is amazing. Love it. All right, be back. Again, I think the heat made the plants kind of go nuts because they're normally at a constant 76 degrees over wintertime. And it was like almost 90 in the house before I gave up and turned the AC on. And then we had the snowstorm, so it dropped down to like almost I think it dropped down to like I let it to like 72 in the house before I turned the heat back on. And so now we've been having the heat on so we had AC on for a week. Now we have heat on for a week, and who knows what's going to happen next week. All right. So this is the Lither Zimhu unit. Doing a time lapse. This is growing the pumpkin spice jalapeno. And you can see there's plenty of peppers growing. Again, I'm going to have to come in here and do a heavy pruning on it. But, you know, I'm just enjoying it. There's a couple big ones back there. There's some there. Yeah, that's awesome. Right next to it is this kind of annoying me, this plain jalapeno. I think this might be just a store-bought jalapeno. Because I had like dwarf jalapeno seeds and I had regular jalapeno seeds. And I think I used the regular jalapeno seeds in this thing. And it's just kind of lanky. And, you know, the dwarf jalapeno seeds, the plant only gets to about like 10 inches tall and laden with tons of early jalapenos. This thing's flowering, but it's not really producing. But, you know, again, I'll just let it go. So I'm not really doing anything over here anyway. If I get jalapenos, great. If not, I'll either move it outside or I'll just get rid of the plant. This thing got so big it like fell over, so I'm hoping it's okay. This is the Golden Harvest Air Gardens variety of cherry tomato. It's still got the little tomatoes on there, but they're kind of staying small, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with this plant. I'll have to investigate. It just might not really like growing in this unit, because I think it really went very prolific when it was in our air garden, so we'll see. And I've got, like I said, I've got other units that do that water aerating around the roots type growing, so I might try it in that. So this light back here. Right next to it is the buttercup squash. It was producing a few more ladies, but they kind of turned yellow. And once they turn yellow, that means they're going to die. And it didn't open its flowers, so I cut those off. But I've got 2 more ladies here that look promising. As long as they don't, if they actually flower and don't just turn yellow, I can pollinate them and hopefully get a couple more. And then, of course, there's a lot of other females growing around here too. But I put this into this large wedding bag, not to protect it from anything, but to hold it up. I put it in a pantyhose and had it kind of slung, but then it was kind of, I don't know if these things, I've never grown squash inside before. I don't know if the actual fruit itself needs light to grow, and the pantyhose were dark, and so I didn't want to kill my poor squash, but he was starting to, he started way up here, and he's kind of pulling himself down by the weight. But I've got this bag, and it's being hung from the top there, and it's looking like a proper buttercup squash. So it's about maybe baseball size. We'll see. It's pretty cool. And then down below here, this plant, this is a different plant. Or maybe not. I can't remember. But anyway, this one is a male. That one might flower, and there are some females developing on it. So that's pretty cool. Again, here is this is the same variety of jalapeno, and the flowers are just kind of dying. It's not really doing much of anything. Plus, I've moved it like 3 or 4 times, so that could just be transplant shot. Could be just mad about that. We'll see. And plus, it is being kind of fighting with the squash for nutrients. And I know squash are very nutrient heavy, even though I've been giving it lots and lots of nutrients. But yeah, not bothered by it. And then down here, I did a strong harvest of this is Thai basil, because I did a super strong harvest of the dill, because the dill, you can see all these sticks here, it was just going crazy and covering everything. I think it smothered my poor, I think this is dead, yeah, this lemon balm is, no, that's a bait, okay, so we'll see. It looks like it might be coming back. Alright, so the lemon balm that I had in there might be recovering. There's another little piece of lemon balm back there. This is a Genovese basil that I cut a whole bunch off. And if I look back there, that jalapeno, I don't know if that's flowers or not. We'll see. Again, not really bothered by plain jalapenos because they're not as exciting to me as the hots and the ones that have the unique flavors. Alright, so that's the end of that tour. I got like a ton of things I'm going to be doing. I got to like I said, I got to start, I got 2 units that I have to unbox that I'm going to grow a special pepper in one, and then I'm going to grow all my garden starts for outside in the other one. So that's something to look forward to. And I always got something going on. So and plus 2, hopefully in a month I'll be starting my outside garden. So pretty exciting. I had a ton of cleanup and stuff to do, and I got like 5 raised beds to set up and 15 grow bags. So in a tiny little space. So we'll see how that works out. All right. Any comments, questions in the comment section? Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have an awesome day.